like wearing this shirt when I meet new people because I like how it kind of provides a subtle forewarning and allows people time to run away if necessary. So let's start this video off right. You may remember how like in March I did the baby food challenge. Oh my god, Olivia, we don't remember! Because guess what? We have more important things going on in our life than remembering how you choose to spend your time poorly. Anyway, at that time I wasn't eating meat, so I didn't get an opportunity to try any of the really delicious sounding meat flavored baby food. But now I am eating meat, so I thought I would take this opportunity to try these. Ethan had some wonderful things to say about how these look, but since this is a video that's rated PG, I'm not going to repeat those things. To your health. It tastes like Spam, basically. My high school band was supposed to march in the Memorial Day parade last week, but because it was 55 degrees and rainy, oh Iowa, the parade ended up being canceled. Even though the parade was canceled, we still wanted to commemorate all the veterans that had fought in the war, so instead we held something in the high school auditorium where all the veterans sat on stage and then the marching band stood right behind them. So there was like 200 people jammed on this stage. We played through all of the songs we were supposed to play in the parade at the very beginning of this thing, but it only took like 7 minutes for us to get through, so we were stuck standing behind all these veterans while they did their talking, and everyone was in band uniforms, and it was really hot underneath the stage lights, and there was about 3 inches between everyone, so this just sounds like a really fun time, doesn't it? But I could have dealt with this, and it ended up being like this for about a half hour, but then some politician stands up and starts talking, and you know how politicians are, they have to have their face displayed for everyone as long as they possibly can. And everyone was starting to get really, really hot and really restless, myself included. And there seemed to be absolutely no end to this politician's speech. I started to feel really sick to my stomach and I got really, really dizzy. And I kind of vaguely considered walking backstage, but I was afraid my band director would start screaming at me. So I'm like, hey, you know, I can tough it out. Let's just stand here. But then a bunch of little tiny black dots started filling up my vision, and I vaguely remember thinking, what happens if I pass out? Hey, guess what I found out? So yeah, it turns out that standing there with your knees locked for 40 minutes under hot stage lights while wearing a band uniform while you have a saxophone around your neck isn't one of the best ideas. Before this, I had only passed out once in my life, and that was like 3 years ago at church when we just happened to be sitting in the very front row, so you know, that just worked out really, really well. Passing out is actually kind of terrifying. Like, you don't remember falling or anything, you don't know how long you were on the ground for. You just wake up staring at the ceiling, surrounded by a whole bunch of concerned people who are asking questions you can't answer. I found out later from the people standing around me that I fell forward and basically face planted the stage. But that's not the best part. About 10 seconds after I went down, the saxophone player that was standing directly next to me passed out as well. And guess what? This politician didn't stop talking throughout this entire thing. So you should definitely vote for her. She just seems like such a lovely person, doesn't she? I actually found out the next day that the band was supposed to play the national anthem and then leave before that politician started speaking. So, you know, this whole entire thing could have been like prevented, but you know, whatever, YOLO and all that. Later that day, I went to work because temporary loss of consciousness can't get me down. And I also may or may not have an irrational fear of talking to people on the phone, so I didn't want to call anyone to have to substitute for me. Work was really, really dead all afternoon because guess who wants ice cream when it's 55 degrees and raining out? No one! But then someone came in and ordered a banana split, and I made up this banana split and it looked all nice and stuff, and I gave it to her and she said thank you, and then she left. But then I went to clean up the mess I had made, and I noticed there weren't any banana peels there. And then I thought about it for a minute and realized I hadn't put bananas in her frickin' banana split. And guess what? Neither of us had noticed this until she had left. She must not have noticed it herself, must not have cared because she didn't come back and throw it in my face, which I'm actually pretty grateful because, you know, I don't enjoy it when people throw ice cream in my face. I don't think anyone enjoys that, actually. Have any of you guys ever passed out in kind of awkward situations, please leave your stories in the comments below because I'd like to hear them. And guess what? It's summertime now, so I have way more time than I used to have, so maybe I'll make some more videos, but I probably won't because I can't manage my time. But hey, let's be positive. Hey, you know what? I bet that lady was positive that you were going to put bananas in her banana split, but look where that got her. Shut up.